Well. Today in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be showing you how to remove and rebuild a hydraulic cylinder. In this case, it's a Case 1840 skid steer is what we're rebuilding today. So it might be a little bit different on your tractor or hydraulic cylinder, but the principles are basically the same. So if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to the video, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. You guys have a safe. The first thing I like to do when I remove a hydraulic cylinder is there's this little nut down here. There's a special tool that will take it off, but it's pretty easy if you use a pipe wrench to get it off. So I'll show you how to get it off here. If you try to get it off while after you have it off, it's a little bit harder, so I suggest trying to get it off while you're on here. All right, next thing you want to do is you want to remove this pin so you can loosen it free. And on the top on this skid steer, this is a Case 1840 skid steer, there's these snap rings I have to get off. And then it comes free and loose. All right, next thing you want to do is loosen up these hydraulic lines. You got to get these off before you take the whole thing off. All right, last thing you need to do is remove this bottom pin. There's a little bolt down here, and then on the other side. Once that pin comes out, the whole cylinder will lift out. You can bring it into your shop and start working on the inside of it. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this nut here on the bottom, take it out. Some oil will probably spill out. And then there's a bolt on the top of this rod that we have to impact off. And then once we get there, we'll replace all the O-rings and the seals on the inside. So check that part out next. Here we go. Here's a cool little side note. This is my shop heater. It's freezing outside. You can see it's glowing red. Those are thick pipes in there. It's a used oil heater. So we have oil coming in and it drips into a pan we built in there, but pretty crazy. You can pull it all off. This is the nut thing that came off. We're going to replace all these O-rings and seals. There's some on the inside here, and I'll show you how to take these ones out and put them in. And then you'll see right here, you just pull it on out. If you look right there, you can kind of see it's already messed up. So you can tell it was leaking by passing this. This is all messed up. So we got to replace all this, but we got to take this nut off first. No, it's not a nut, it's a bolt, sorry. Idiot, Brandon, idiot! So I had a vise, luckily. So what I did is I just put it in here. I tightened it pretty good. Well, I'll just get that impact on here, and I'll try to impact this bolt off. Once that's unscrewed, this comes right off. And also you can slide this part off of it, just like that. All right, so now that you got them off, you'll see this little bolt. It comes right out of the top here with a little washer. You set that off to the side. And then what you'll do, I got these seals from an online store called HW Parts Store. They sell multiple different hydraulic seals for tractors. So on this thing, you'll see there's this little band here. See, it'll focus for you. This little band here, it comes right off. I use a little pick to get most of the stuff off. So you just put it right here, and then you saw there was that piece that fell off here, that broken part, and then there's an O-ring underneath it too. So you got to get underneath here like this. There you go. So there's that's what that piece looks like. O-ring goes on the bottom, this new plate on the top. So inside this thing, you can see it's like yellow. We have to get that one out, and then this seal on top here, it's pressed in, and you have to go underneath it. So I have to put it down for a second. I'm gonna try to get it with a screwdriver. There you go. Popped off there. I'll have to go find it, show you what it looks like. So I got that little seal that was on top here flung out. So it looks like, see, it has metal pressed into it. So that goes on top there with this part, with the open part facing up and the middle part going down. I'm gonna go back to work on this middle one. It's so hard to get out without any special tools, so. There you go, got it out finally. If you're doing this, I would suggest laying them out how they're supposed to be. Like that's supposed to be like that. And then this. So, all right, now I'll show you kind of the special tool I made to make this go in. So next up is you just gotta put all the seals, you gotta put all the seals back in. Here's that really annoying one that goes down inside here. There's a tool you can buy to put it in there. They're called like U-clip joint pliers or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. I'll try to maybe post a picture right here or something. But I made my own set. All I did is get some scrap metal that I had laying around. I drilled some holes in the top there, you can see, and I welded them up like this. And so what it does, kind of gives you, here's the old seal, but it has to go down inside here. What you do is you put it on here like this and you spin it like that. And so what it does is it makes it smaller so when you try to put it down inside here, it'll fit. But see, mine doesn't close that good. I kind of have to use pliers, but hey, I saved 40 bucks. All right, so now we'll try to put this part in. Here's the blue part. This is the old one that we took out. It's the annoying one that goes on the inside here. So you want to make sure this rib part, just like this one, is facing down as it goes in. So I'm going to take my tool thing that I made, and hopefully it works pretty good. We'll see. I like to put it right there on the end. And I don't want to hurt it. So I got a little piece of it in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a screwdriver and go like this. All right, I think so you got to wiggle it down in there like so. And what you do is kind of wiggle your way out of it. Oh, my tool's coming out. See, mine has a little bend in here. And there you go. And then the last piece that you put in is this one. Goes on top here. What I like to do is I like to get a little piece of wood. So here now I got the piece of wood, and I'll just slowly tap it in here, like so, working my way around. All right, there you go. You see it slightly recessed, just barely a little bit. And it's nice and tight in there. And now when it comes in and out the rod, you shouldn't have any oil leaking. But here's this piece. I'm gonna kind of show you how it works. It came in a separate bag from that HW parts store. The first O-ring's easy. There's an inner O-ring and an outer, like, harder one. And it goes in this groove here. So if you just put it on here like this, pops right on. Then this one's kind of a pain. So let's see if I can get it on camera. All right, there we go. See, now I got it on there nice and good. Like the part that goes on the bottom here, this one has a break in it, a horizontal break, so it's pretty easy to do. There you go, and that one's done. Well, hey, back to the VAST station. So first thing you want to do is you want to put this bad boy back on it. Make sure it's facing down. Facing up won't work. Just lightly oil the inside of this where those seals are, and kind of work your way on it. Go, see, look, it started pushing oil down, so you know it's working good. We got all these new seals on it. You know, put this back on here and impact it on. Tightened it pretty quick, huh? All right, torque thing back on it. Now it's good. We'll take this off and we'll go put it back in the cylinder, baby. There we go. Sorry, so all I did was tap it with the hammer on top here. You see it's shooting out some juice here, but now I can push it in. And now I'll just gently screw this back in. So the last step I'm taking with mine is, since it's all chewed up and rusted on the back here, I got some of this Case Power Yellow at Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply usually sells paint for all tractors and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape up all the stuff that I don't want to be hit with this blue tape, and then I'll paint it, and then tomorrow I'll let it dry tonight, and then tomorrow I'll put it all back on. All right, now that they're all painted and ready to go, we'll show you how to put them back on. I'm gonna put the top pin in first. You put the other washer on this side, and then right here there's a little groove for the snap ring to go. And here on the bottom side of the hydraulic cylinder, there's two bushings that go down here. They look like this. So you just slide them in on each side, one here and one here. So the next part is I have to get this down here to meet up to where this pin goes through, like this. And now to finish this pin off here, there's a little bolt here. You move it up and line it up right. You line it up with the hole that it goes through, and the nut goes on the other side. Now that the two pins are on, now the last thing we're going to do is put these hydraulic lines back on. So here we go. Last but not least, you want to get this last part of the cylinder tightened up that we loosened at the beginning. So now that's all back on. Now we'll tighten it back up. We did it! Ha! One too hard. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I really do. So you guys have an excellent day, and thanks for watching. Be real.